So aside from being interested in his daughter, about the only things I could say about Carter were that, people talked a lot about the fact that he was a peanut farmer and he seemed humble compared to some of the people that had come ahead of him, and he seemed to be an informal person. So that was just an interesting personality thing to note. And then he was followed by Reagan, and I was interested in Reagan because even though I was living in Texas at the time, I had remembered that he was a California governor. So it was just interesting to me as a California transplanted to Texas that, someone, that I can remember in his California governorship would make it to the presidency. And the main things that come to mind about Reagan, you would hear about trickle-down economics, and at the time I wasn't really concerned about trickle-down economics because I was still young enough to not really know how that affected me or didn't affect me. But I do remember very distinctly that people felt like Jimmy Carter botched the rescue attempt of the hostages that were in Iran. And so it was a really big deal that almost as soon as he left office and Reagan was in office, that episode was wrapped up, so to speak. So Reagan came in on a very strong note as far as seeming like a strong leader and seeming like someone who kind of put his fist down and said, don't mess with us. And then I guess Reagan was followed by the first Bush, and of course the first Gulf War is pivotal in all of that. Frankly, in a way, I was surprised he didn't get reelected because he had one of the highest approval ratings of all of the presidents ever.
Wow.
At the time of the Gulf War, when the Gulf War ended. And then it just didn't seem to stick for him. And, Then he was followed by Clinton. And I think that Clinton, whether he caused it or was the beneficiary of it, his term as a president can be defined by a lot of economic growth in our country. And I see Clinton as a pragmatic person. He, wasn't, in my opinion, like